Every expat guide will tell you the same thing. Don't drink the water. You gotta get a place with AC. Keep your distance from the in-laws, and the locals will never be your friends. Well, I've broken every single one of those rules. And you know what? I'm healthier, happier, and more integrated than most expats I know. And this is how I became more Filipino than most foreigners will ever be. And why the rules everyone follows, they're keeping you from the real Philippines. One rule that every expat swears by: never, ever drink the tap water. They'll tell you horror stories. Montezuma's revenge. Weeks in the hospital. Stick to bottled water or you'll regret it. When I first got here and visited my wife in the jungle, I drank from bottled water. And then one day I realized everybody else is drinking straight from the tap. No filter, no boiling, just tap water. So I asked my wife about it and she looked at me like I was crazy. She goes, "It's just water." So I was like, I'm taking the plunge. And you know what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that was a few years ago, and I've been drinking the tap water ever since. Again, no filters, no boiling, straight from the faucet. Now here's the thing, and this is important. I'm not telling you to do this. Your mileage may vary. Different areas have different water quality. I happen to live in the jungle, and we get it from a mountain spring. But this is what I learned. The rules about tap water are often based on outdated information. Or they're blanket statements and they don't account for local infrastructure. I know you're saying local infrastructure. It's not the best everywhere. So again, I'm not saying drink the water. My barangay has clean water. A lot of them do. But the expat echo chamber keeps repeating the same warning from 20 years ago. So on water, I'm saving thousands of pesos a year. But more than that, I'm living with my neighbors. I'm not a paranoid foreigner. I'm just part of the community. Rule number 2, you can't have modern conveniences in the province. No reliable electricity, no air conditioning, forget hot showers. Dream on, the provinces are just for roughing it. Tell that to my daikin. This is my bedroom, air conditioned, in the middle of a jungle barangay. Most of my neighbors are still just using electric fans, if anything at all. And before you say, well, you're rich, my electric bill is a lot cheaper than it was in the US. I'm lighting up the whole house. I got 7 people living here, plus kids in and out all day. I've got my computer, my office, my air conditioner, my electric water heater. Runs me about 5,000 pesos, about $100 or so. Yeah, it's more than my neighbors, but it's less than a condo in Manila. And I'm sleeping through the night, comfortably. But wait, there's more. Every expat guide says get used to cold showers in the province. They say hot water's big city luxury, Manila, Iloilo, Davao. I installed a water heater. It's a quick heating multi-coil firing unit. It's awesome. Cost me about 7,000 pesos. Best decision I ever made. Hot water with a rain head, yeah. After a day in 35, 37 degree heat, it's paradise. Who says you can't have a flushing toilet in the middle of the jungle? Yes. My neighbors think I'm either crazy rich or crazy stupid. But here's what they don't see. I'm still part of the community. I just sleep better at night. Oh yeah, rule number 3, keep your distance from the in-laws. Get your own place. Maintain boundaries. You need your space. They say living with a Filipino family will drive you crazy. I live with 7 people. My wife's father, her sisters, cousins and nephews running in and out all day. And it's the best decision I've ever made. Because when I want my peace, I can get my peace. Every morning I wake up, my wife gets right to cooking breakfast. My father-in-law's feeding the chickens. And it's nice just to sit on the porch and drink a cup of coffee. But here's what the expat guides don't tell you. How to speak Tagalog or the local dialect, like here on Samar, it's waray-waray.
Oh, marasa.
Marasa.
Usa sigarillo alayan. Rica.
I can cook a pretty mean adobo. Plus, I get to cook things for my wife that she's never had before. And because I live with my family and in-laws, the whole barangay accepts me. I'm not the foreigner, I'm the American that lives with the Rodriguez family.
Hi.
Oh, and money? Yeah, I handle the bulk of it. But usually for groceries and stuff, I buy the stuff my wife and daughters and me eat.
All right, the lovely wife made me chop suey for dinner. Thanks, honey.
And the other half of the family's eating rice and fish all the time. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I like variety. My total monthly expenses for housing, basically just the electric bill and the grocery bill. Studio condo in Manila is $15,000 to $25,000 plus utilities, and you're all by yourself. I'm paying less, learning more, and never lonely. The expat guides call this losing your independence. I call it gaining a family. Hey, rule number 4. You need peace and quiet. The countryside is too noisy. Roosters will drive you insane. Get a place in a subdivision. I've seen roosters in subdivisions. Roosters are everywhere. Here, meet my alarm clock. He has feathers. When I first moved here, I wanted to cook every single one of these birds. It wasn't so bad, but 4:30 every morning. But earplugs ain't gonna work. White noise ain't gonna work. Moving your bedroom to the other side of the house ain't gonna work, because I can tell you that there's roosters surrounding this whole house. Ducks all over the place. Kids all over the place. It's not a quiet place. But there's lots of love around. And with all that noise, one day something weird happened. I stopped hearing it. Not because it got quieter. Because my brain adapted. Now, it's just background noise. I actually wake up before them now, and on the strange occurrence that they don't crow, I just wonder, is something wrong? So the annoying birds just became part of my routine, part of my life. The expat guides tell you to find a quiet place. Avoid discomfort. Control your environment. But here's the truth. Comfort is overrated. Adaptation is where real life begins. It's funny, you can learn that from a rooster. Rule number 5, maintain your Western lifestyle. Eat at expat restaurants. Hang out with other foreigners. Don't go too native, they warn you. You'll lose yourself. Hell, a lot of the times I eat with my hands now. No forks, no spoons, just rice, pork, and my fingers. But it's not just about food, it's about what it represents. I'm not learning Tagalog, I'm learning waray. Slowly, it's one of the most difficult languages in the world. One word can mean like 8 different things. Yeah, my accent's terrible and I mess up grammar constantly. But nobody cares, because I'm trying. I go to fiestas, I go to the arenas for the rooster fights. Sorry, I know some of you don't agree with that. But it's a long-standing tradition that's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years here in the Philippines. And again, the expat guides say don't lose yourself. But I didn't lose myself. I just found a better version of me. Here's what nobody tells you about breaking the expat rules. You don't just adapt to the Philippines. The Philippines changes you, fundamentally. Don't be afraid when you get off the plane for the first time. You don't have to play it safe. Keep your distance. Of course, you want to keep your head about you. You always want to stay aware, because some people will try to scam you, but that happens all over the world. When you follow the rules, you'll be spending a lot of money. Let's see, you got bottled water, eating at expat restaurants. On a month-to-month basis, I'm spending very little money. And I'm living better, eating better, sleeping better, happier. But the real cost of following the rules isn't the money. It's the experience you'll miss out on. Every day you follow the expat rulebook is a day you're not really living. You're just existing in a bubble. I know sometimes breaking the rules doesn't happen overnight. It can be scary. It can be uncomfortable. There'll be days you want to quit, move to a condo in BGC, hang around other foreigners and go back to what felt safe. But if you don't, it'll make all the difference. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about moving to the Philippines, or you're here and already living in an expat bubble, the guides aren't wrong. They're just incomplete. Yeah, some areas have bad water. Yes, some provinces have unreliable electricity. And yes, living with in-laws can be challenging. But the rules, they're designed to keep you comfortable, not to help you thrive. I'm not saying everybody should do what I did. There's nothing wrong with having an AC to sleep. Maybe you have health issues and require bottled water. Maybe living alone is non-negotiable for your mental health. That's fine. This isn't about being hardcore or more authentic than other expats. It's about questioning the assumptions. Ask yourself, am I following these rules because they're right for me or because everyone else says I should? I drink tap water. I live with 7 people. I eat with my hands. I wake up to roosters. And I'm healthier, wealthier than I've ever been. You see, the real Philippines isn't the expat Facebook groups. It's not in the foreigner-friendly condos. It's not in the restaurants with English menus. It's here, in the barangays, in the family homes, in the uncomfortable, chaotic, beautiful mess of real Filipino life. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one rule, just one, and break it. Try the tap water in your area after checking with locals. Hell, turn off the AC for one night. Learn the local dialect and use it with the neighbors. Eat it at Carinderia instead of Jollibees or Shakey's. Start small. See what happens. You might surprise yourself. If you're an expat in the Philippines or thinking about becoming one, drop a comment below. Tell me, which rule are you breaking? Or which one are you too scared to break? Probably the water thing. And if you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button. I had to take a little time off because of my father's passing, but I try to post weekly. All about real expat life in the province. No sugarcoating, no tourist nonsense. Just the truth. A few years ago when I decided to come to this country, everybody said I was crazy. But I flew into Manila and my eyes were wide open. I just loved the vibe, the feel, the heat. This is home. Not because I conquered the Philippines, because I let it change me. The rules are meant to be broken. Trust me on this one.